divine order. That's what I always believe. But in the beginning, we had to, get started.
Son, come on. We got to get up now. School. First day of school. Here we go. And hit it. All right. I'm going to count to 3. And if you're not up, I'm pulling the covers off. 1, 2, 3. Ah! There he is. He's getting up. This up. No, it's settling forward, ladies and gentlemen. One of the better crawlers of our time. And the covers are coming. There he is. His son is up. Up. Come on now. You gotta get up, son. First day of school.
10 minutes, Dad.
Are you begging?
5 minutes.
No, son. Come on now.
4, 3.
Is this an auction? No, now, son. Come on. You have to get up.
Oh, come on, Dad. I'm just coming off vacation.
Right. Vacation? I think you don't understand. A vacation, son, is something you get when you have a job. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you didn't work hard this summer, because you did work hard. I've never seen anyone work harder at begging. Begging for money for pizza, begging to stay up late to chase little girls who didn't love you. Son, I'm telling you now, you get a chance to rest now. You're going to start school. Learning, the mind, education. Aren't you excited?
I'm excited.
No, get excited, my boy. Come on, excited?
Excited.
Say you're excited.
I'm excited.
Let me see you get excited.
I'm excited.
Stand up.
Yes, I'm excited.
All right,
I'm excited.
my boy.
Yes.
Hey,
I'm excited.
Now, you're excited. Good.
Excited. Hey, guys. I trying to be thirsty.
Okay. Welcome, everybody. Come on into the room. And this is a wonderful one. We're gonna continue. Welcome to the BAF Solutions Network. I am Arnold Penix, a.k.a. Gregory Harris, a.k.a. the scoop that's set by the sitcom door. And I was honored to be able to study The Cosby Show in my early 20s. And the thing, how I got there, for those who haven't seen our other shows, I was discovered by Reverend Jesse Jackson, who was a student at A&T State University years before I got there. And I went to college with his sons, Jesse and Jonathan, and Junior and Jonathan. And he was going to be on Saturday Night Live, Jesse, after he did that monumental speech that he was running for the Democratic Convention. As fate would have it, I was able to persuade him to bring myself and a young comedian from A&T State University to the show. And NBC called and they said, well, we don't know who you are, but Reverend Jackson wants to make sure that opportunities are given for people of color in the entertainment industry. So I was able to see the cast of the then very new Cosby Show. I think this was 1984, and they had just opened the first episodes in September. I got there in October. And Jesse's birthday was October 8th. So happy birthday, Reverend Jackson, again. And the rest is history. I was able to learn as an intern writer at the Cosby Show. mainly at Saturday Night Live, and then I got a letter of recommendation from Herb Sargent, who was the script consultant at SNL, for me to go and study at the Cosby Show in Brooklyn. And it was a monumental thing, and I was very excited about it. The scene you just saw was dealing with fatherhood. This book by Bill Cosby is called Fatherhood. Yes. And as you see, he was able to show us all how to be fathers with a precocious teenager played by Malcolm Jamal Warner. I'm just going to read the preface, so Bill gives his disclaimer and everything. So he says, I am not a psychologist or a sociologist. I do not have a doctorate in education, but much more important than my doctorate is my, he said, I do have a doctorate in education, but much more important than my doctorate is my delight in kids. I devote a part of my professional life to entertaining and educating them. I like children. Nothing I've ever done has given me more joys and rewards than being a father to my 5. He had 5 kids, right, in real life. In between these joys and rewards, of course, has come the natural strife of family life, the little tensions and conflicts that are part of trying to having, it says here, civilization, to bring civilization to children. The more I have talked about such problems, the more I have found that all either parents had to very sane ones and are relieved to hear me turning them into laughter. Yes, every parent knows the source of this laughter. Come share more of it with me now. And he is taking his book and sharing his experiences about what's going on in the life of parenting. And fatherhood will be the book review that we will be going throughout this session, and also through the season of these shows. With Being Theo is the name of the show. So Being Theo is the title I came up with, even though it's Takeover Tuesdays here at the Kemet Club. Being Theo is what this book is all about, because it could be Jessica, being Tammy, being Aki, being any name that you may name your child. This book was definitely inspirational to me, and I saw this book come to life on the set of The Cosby Show. I really did, and I'm excited about that. So that's my Spook the Set by the Door story. I always give one every Tuesday here at the BAF Solutions Network. If you just tuned in, you're watching the BAF Solutions Network, Takeover Tuesdays, Being Theo, and we pay tribute to Malcolm Jamal Warner. So I decided today that we will go delve more into the celebration of his life and be a part of that. So, do we have another clip that we can show? So we can, before we move into our poetry tribute, our signed poetry tribute with our special guest here in the audience, we're going to show one more clip that makes sure it sustains the belief and the tactics that Bill used as a father, and then we go with, and we'll be back with our slam poet and our special guest here at the BAF Solutions Network. We don't just talk about it, we're about it and the solutions. So we're going to continue with what we had started and see how Bill weaves his spell with his wonderful parenting tips. And so let's roll.
Hey, this is for you.
Thanks.
And Suzanne, this.
That's so sweet of you, Theo. Where's ours?
Get your own.
Never enough soda either.
When's it my turn to be observed?
We'll get to you soon.
How soon?
In a while, Theo.
I'm ready now.
Theo, we'll get to you in about 15 minutes.
Okay, no problem. I'll be in my room, Suzanne.
Are you all right, Theo?
Oh, yeah, sure, yes.
How's it going?
Great. Vanessa and Rudy gave us some fascinating stuff.
Yeah, they can be pretty fascinating at times.
We're on our way to Theo's room now.
Are you going inside?
Yeah.
Well, I would just like to say that the condition of certain rooms in this house do not necessarily reflect the views of management. Thank you.
Theo, it's us.
Just a minute. Be right there. Come in.
What did you do here?
Oh, I just straightened up a little.
I can actually see the rug.
Yeah, it's a nice room, Theo.
Thank you.
Why did you change your clothes?
I wanted to wear something more comfortable.
Tie?
Suzanne, make yourself at home. I was just gonna do some studying.
Theo, we're here to observe normal behavior.
She's always giving me a hard time. Well, I really can't wait to read your report.
You're interested in sociology?
Oh, me? Yeah, sure.
Since when?
Well, you see, sociology is the study of human behavior. And since we're all humans, it's something we should all be interested in.
Very well put.
Thank you. Did you enjoy the soda?
Yes. You know, Denise, you never told me your brother was so charming.
You're right, I didn't.
You know, Theo, I just realized something. You're the only male child in the house.
That's right.
How do you feel about that?
It's a beautiful experience.
You know, Denise, I find this stuff so interesting. I guess it's because I'm an only child.
Really? What's it like?
Well, actually, I think I'd rather be here. It just seems to me like large families do a lot more sharing and have a lot more fun.
That's exactly how I feel. Especially the sharing part. Now, some guys might find it hard living with 4 sisters. But I think it's made me more sensitive to the wants and needs of women.
Are there any activities you enjoy doing without the children?
All of them.
Okay. That was okay. The wants and needs of women, all of them. And I tell you, so that we are. If you just tuned in, you're watching the BAF Solutions Network. We don't just talk about. We're about it. And this is Being Theo. I'm A. Gregory Harris, aka today the spook that sat by the sitcom door. I'm gonna pay tribute because most people didn't know that Malcolm was also a poet, and he also was very, very talented musician as well. So, in tribute to Malcolm Jamal Warner and his life and his spoken word, we have invited some slam poets to participate in our tribute. And today in the studio we have Sunflower. Welcome, Sunflower, to the Being Theo. Sunflower, tell us a little about yourself before we go into your poem.
A little bit about me.
About you, how'd you become a poet? What makes you want to express yourself?
I would say probably since I could talk, I've just been rhyming and speaking at the same time. Rhyming and speaking at the same time. I've always been moved by words.
Well, you
music.
Are for those who don't know, I'm also a numerologist, and you're born on July 28th.
Yes.
And you are a Leo, which is the 2 and 8, which is a 1. So that you are I guess you'd say a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm excited about. What's the name of the poem?
It is The Agony of Agape.
The Agony of Agape. We're going to talk more about that.
Okay.
Once you perform it, because I want to break down how you came about that.
Okay.
Right now, are you ready to slam us?
Yeah.
To share with us?
Yeah, let's
Ladies
get to
and
it.
gentlemen, please welcome all BAF members. It's time for you to come alive, as our sponsor would say, and be you, with Sunflower, and her poem is entitled Agape.
The Agony of Agape.
The Agony of Agape.
The Agony of Agape.
Okay, let's go. Let's do this.
I'm sitting here with all of this right now. My face down in the pillow, with a stuffy nose as tears drip from my eyes. This ache is familiar. Same ache from 5 months ago. I opened the wound and made myself raw again because of agape. And now I'm sitting here and replaying the parts I played in this breakup over and over. I allowed myself to get wrapped up in the brief moments of what could be transparency and praying for each other. Our artistic souls understanding the other's rhythmic beats. A steady bass line echoing the city and country backwoods of what we both love. The ease of sensuality and sexual chemistry built over years of no contact that undeniably pulled us together without touching, even when we met eye to eye. And me, loving that man behind the mask you wear for others. Your fears, your doubts, and addictions, they don't scare me away. They lured me to you. My healing heart is a magnet to your pain. Even when I'm in pain from the agony of the truth, you're not ready. And the ache I feel right now, it ain't just heartbreak. It's my soul's muscles stretching wide. It's my heart's open wide. It's me finally seeing the dynamic of us. A mirror, a reflection of what's real within, the aspects of divine feminine and divine masculine. And now, honey, I ain't messed up by loving you, by hoping. I simply responded to what was shown to me. I offered my heart. I took a risk. No judgment, just courage. And this ain't just a breakup. This is the moment in the movie where the heroine recognizes her story arc, that she loved deeply and ain't defined by someone who can't receive it. And that through it all, she still carries the music with her, whether or not the duet continues. And I ain't raw. I ain't raw because it ended. I'm raw because I'm healing. And I love you. I never stopped loving you. I love you behind the mask. And now I'm learning to love me without mine.
Snap, 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 snap.
Yeah.
Okay, have a seat, have a seat.
Thank you.
Woo! Let me tell you.
Thank you.
Well, it was amazing, and we got to talk about this.
Let's talk about it.
We got to talk about this.
Let's talk about
the
it.
Solutions Network, we just don't talk about it. We about it. And the
Yes.
solution is we're going to find the solutions to how did you come up with this?
It's a true story.
It sounds real. It sounds really real.
It's a true story.
This came from the heart.
It did. It came from a heart and heartbreak. And as I said in my words, it's dual. It's me knowing I'm divine feminine and seeing a reflection of myself in someone who doesn't quite see his full self yet. And because I'm so full with me, I have to fall back and let him figure out his own. Even though it hurts, even though I want more, even though I can see more, he's not ready.
He's not ready.
He's not ready.
And I, as a life coach and numerologist, it seems that's a major plight for Leos to find love. and genuine love. Holly Berry with her numerous marriages, and she has it all. She has beauty, looks, all of these wonderful things. But that love, Whitney Houston was another example.
Yeah.
August 9th, she loved Bobby Brown, and she was in love with the aspect of love, and that's. But you guys, I noticed, don't settle.
Never.
Y'all don't settle.
Never.
Is this true? About the settling? You decided to let the relationship go. What happened?
Yeah, definitely from lessons learned in the past with past relationships. And my daughter's father, that was a relationship that I settled with. And
You settled for that one.
I settled for that one, and I dimmed my light so he could shine. And in that process, I just felt aching and pain and numbness, and I just wasn't myself.
And you wasn't happy?
I wasn't happy at all. So I had to learn from that to revive myself, and that really is part of where Sunflower came from. With my birth name that my parents gave me is Acacia. Okay. And acacia is a tree, and the tree was used to build the Ark of the Covenant in the Bible. And so it's one of the strongest woods. And my parents were very intentional with naming me Acacia. So partnering Acacia with Sunflower, it's me in totality with being strong, and sunflowers representing beauty. And they point their heads to the sun, and strong roots. And through it all, they stand strong.
You're pointing your head to the sun.
That's right.
From which your power comes.
That's right.
And so it fuels you to keep moving forward.
Absolutely. Because I have eyes watching me. I have a daughter, she's 12, and I have to lead by example. So she knows that she's worthy.
And she is watching you.
Absolutely.
She's watching everything that you do. So that responsibility is in the forefront of your mind about her. And the line that most resonates for you in the poem, what is it in this piece?
The last one. I'm learning to love me without my mask.
And love me, that's powerful. And people gonna be wearing masks all Halloween season.
Right.
Everybody gonna be in what they wanna be.
Yeah.
And but you saying release the mask.
That's right.
And live genuinely and authentically.
Absolutely.
And so this started your journey as a poet, or were you writing poems before this piece?
Definitely before. Definitely, I've been writing for many years. I have so many things I've written and recorded. As I was telling our co-host here, Julian, earlier, that it's time. It's time, like I said before, to lead by example. My 9 to 5, I co-manage a mentoring program for you, young ladies.
Yeah, tell us about that.
It's a nonprofit organization called Atlanta Glow.
Atlanta Glow?
Yeah, and GLOW stands for Growing Leadership of Women. And we specifically work with young ladies between 14 to 25 years old because it's such a pivotal transitional age for men and women, right? Going into high school, graduating high school, going to college, and graduating college, and then what?
You're not grown yet. You're not children.
That's right.
So it's a period that a lot of mistakes can happen.
A lot of mistakes. And so it's very important to have somebody that's going to support you and cheer you on without judgment.
I love it.
Yeah. And I love my job.
I can tell you love your job. Do they know at your job that you speak spoken word?
Yes, absolutely. During my interview process with my boss, I told her, I said, I am a poet, and that's one of my goals is to improve my public speaking. So over the years, I've been getting a lot better, and it's been time to exercise that muscle.
And I definitely would like to keep you coming back.
Yeah, I would love to come back.
Part of this show, being, like I said, being Theo is also revealing a side of him that no one really knew. Mm-hmm. They just thought he was the funny kid on the Cosby Show, but he grew into an adult and he had something to say.
Yes. And
this is a platform that you would agree allows people to express themselves.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So if you had to tell another young lady who had been through what you said, what you've been through in this, that you revealed in this poem, I know you, would you suggest that they get a journal, start writing? How would they, how could they start the healing process?
Starting the healing process, first of all, give yourself grace. because we all go through challenges, and I knew better, I should have did better situations. Give yourself grace, number one. Definitely connect with nature, spend some time outside with God. I stare at the trees a lot, and definitely writing, and also just pick up your phone and just record whatever's on your mind. If you're not really a writer just yet,
Yes, sir.
pick up your phone and just let it flow
And just
and
start
record.
talking.
Yes,
And
and
let it
then
go.
listen to yourself when
And
you're in the
listen.
playback, and you'll be surprised what kind of gems and things that come out of that. And you're asking yourself questions, but you're also answering your questions at the same time once you listen to the playback.
Ah, that's a great technique.
Yeah.
Sunflower. Well, I want you to sunflower stay right there. You know, we kind of like got a little sunflower chair for you to sit in too, and everything. You're watching the BAF Solutions Network. I'm Arnold Penix, and the Spook that Somebody Sick I'm doing. We're doing Being Theo, and like I said, we are gonna continue with a gentleman who's online. He's our poet laureate. Welcome, Quaylen Bobby. You there, bro? Quaylen.
Check, check. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Well, Quaylen, like I said, Miss Sunflower has shined on us here in the studio, and definitely, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, and I'm really excited to have learned about a new poet. I'm excited to have. I already followed Atlanta Glow on social media. I was like, oh, let me go ahead and find that. I love that organization. So just hearing about other poets and creatives that are doing really good work here in the community, like that sounded like me. It was like, hey, I'm working with the Black Man Lab. We're creating safe, sacred healing spaces for Black men of all ages, and they know I'm a poet as well. So this is really cool being able to see
And we have the
how
yin
stuff
and the
was
yang
getting.
now. We have the yin and the yang. We have the yin and the yang. We got the Black Man Lamb. We got the sisterhood right here.
That's
Welcome,
what I'm
welcome.
saying. So I'm doing really good right now, man. And when you talked about being out here in nature, I stepped outside so I could do the interview out here, so I could look at trees and feel the breeze and stuff like that. So it was really cool being able to see a lot of those things being incorporated in my day to day.
Yeah. So, what's the first poem you're gonna drop us with?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have two poems for you, and this first one because it's really cool how all of this came about. One, I see that I had it written on October 20th, 2017. So that was an anniversary of this poem was yesterday. And I thought it was really timely how you started out talking about fatherhood and then how she had talked about how she had a daughter. And this piece is called I Pray. And it was a piece to my future daughter. I pray I'm wealthy enough to give my child the world. And just know that if I'm blessed with a baby girl, ooh-wee, she's about to be spoiled right out the womb. Oh well. I pray I can make her life parallel to a fairy tale. And every fairy tale that gets portrayed gets replayed and remade. So Snow White's melanin slayed and Rapunzel had box braids. Goldilocks had faux locks, and Little Red Riding Hood had on a hoodie slides and mixed-match socks. I pray. I pray that my daughter and I are an open book. We're always on the same page, and every chapter of her life she will enjoy. But in the present tense, I pray that stacking presidents takes precedence over chasing some boy. You see, she can have herself a little friend, but I pray that my baby, my beautiful black Barbie, finally meets her kin. She'll be nervous to bring him to family reunions to meet her kin, and I'll have her warm smile sink in knowing she's found the man she's been seeking. I pray. I pray to get to say back in my day, because back in my day, the AUC did not have a Chipotle. And I'm kind of glad they didn't. I definitely would have been that child late to class with a bag of Chick-fil-A and Chipotle thinking, I don't think these are the C's that get degrees. And Lord, please do not give her the charm her mother has too soon. If you do, give me the strength to tell them no once every blue moon. Last, I pray to one day hear her say, Dad, I love you. I say, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Well, you're definitely gonna be a wonderful father.
Yes.
Yeah, when your baby girl comes through the portal to this plane, you are gonna be the greatest father. And I know Mr. Cosby is excited to hear this type of poem as well. And so yes, because definitely Bill, as you said in your book, you're the father of 5. And fatherhood definitely made an impact throughout the country when it first was published. So, and also it's made an impact on our poet here, Quaylen, and wasn't even born when the book came out, Bill. He wasn't even born, but he definitely got the right idea of taking care of his baby girl. Because all fathers love our daddy's girls, and all girls are daddy's girls, and fathers love their daughters. And just like my father, Stanley Penix, was very, very protective over his baby girl, Stanette Penix, now Dr. Hall, living here in Johns Creek in Atlanta, a retired doctor, Dr. Hall. And I know she's watching. I love you, sister, from the eldest brother here at the BAF Solutions Network. So definitely, let's break it down. That's the analysis. I can almost guess how you came to write it, but tell us the ins and outs of how you came to write this piece.
Yeah, absolutely. So first, I would love to give a shout out to an organization called NGAP, Next Great American Poet. Like I said, this was back in 2017, and I was an undergrad and was really learning to get more comfortable sharing my poems with people. That wasn't something that I did. I was the person that was writing anonymous love notes, putting them in lockers, or I'm just writing it in my notebook and not sharing it. So so to be able to really share and get vulnerable and be like, yo, I'm gonna write something, but what do I write about? And luckily that day they had a prompt for us, and it was like, hey, write a piece to your future child. And that really gave me the opportunity to sit and reflect. And I ended up writing one to a future daughter. And after reading this one again, it made me really inspired. I actually want to do one to a future son as well. So
well, since you are here and you're a mother, what do you got to say about this?
Especially what he said about the future writing. I write to my future self a lot. Just speaking to what I desire, what I see, and calling it to me. So you speaking it, that's definitely going to come to you sooner than you think, actually.
All right. Well, you got the yin on the yang. The yin and the yang is popping right here. Okay, so you have one more. You have one more that I can. What's that called? The next one. You did fatherhood. You did the future daughter, and how you gonna take a shotgun at the boy who don't do right. I got it. That's how we talk down south. Okay. Yeah, so what's your next piece?
So the next piece that I did, because I know Sunflower did one talking about the agony of agape, I wanted to do one that talked about heartache a bit as well. And it's called Pleading My Case. Okay. Good morning, Your Honor, and may it please the court. My name is Quaylen Bobbitt, and I will be representing the defendants, my brothers, for the case at bar. The prosecution, our sisters here, have charged us with burglary, speeding, and being an F-boy to the first degree. We plead not guilty. Your Honor, these accusations are not true. My brothers are being charged for trying to be a good man, which in these days are pretty hard to do. You see, good guys finish last, and that's plain to see. We were in the same courtroom last week. Why? Because my client was charged with assault after sweeping her off her feet. Your Honor, being a good guy is hard when you're being charged with burglary, when all you stole was her heart. Nobody is perfect 24/7, but he's still a good guy on the daily. And it hurts to see that every bad boy wants to bang her, but nobody wants to bay her. So she'd rather be a baddie with a baller than be my baby. It's crazy. Because she'll look back and say, well, if you're a good guy, why didn't you save the day? And to that, we plead the fifth. However, notice, Your Honor, that my client wants me to come and save her in a dash, but my client is my brother. My brother is not the Flash. Which is why we ask that you drop these speeding fines. You see, he was the one who suggested that we take it slow and don't go too fast. But then again, that's probably why good guys finish last. And although we plead not guilty, we can't fault our sisters, for we know how it could be. In the fight against the F-boy, the good guys are usually caught as a casualty. So now we're singing things so misleading, like, why are you bothering us? why are we bothering y'all if we know we don't want you, but don't entertain it too? You see, I think we have the reason. Your Honor, neither of us were really ready for cuffing season.
Wow, snap, 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 snap.
I love it.
Okay, so me and Sunflower gonna analyze this one, but first you're gonna break it down how you come up with this, my brother. Our slam poet Q, Lawyer, got a calendar coming out, ladies. He got a calendar coming out, and he got some pictorials and some poetry, so you can be thoughtful and at the same time look at a beautiful, a handsome, I guess I'd say, word, black man. And Sunflower may have a calendar coming out too with her poetry.
What?
So that's right. So we gonna work it out between Sunflower and Black Man Q. So tell how you came about this. How you came about this one, then, bro?
Yeah, so this one was a little bit more interesting because I'm a lover boy at heart, and at that time I was also taking a class called Moot Court, which is similar to like a debate team. Imagine you're going in like a mock trial, but instead of arguing into like the regular court, you're arguing in front of the Supreme Court. That's all Moot Court is. So I wanted to give it that formal aspect where it's like, hey, if I was arguing a case in front of the Supreme Court, how would that be structured? But what is the case I'm going to be arguing is like, hey, trying to be a good guy and it's just not working out. That was something that was going on at that time of my life as well, where I was trying to be a good guy, but dealing with some of the baggage that another guy might have brought on. So now I'm dealing with some of those backlashes and some of those aspects of it. And then wanting to fight back at some of them. But I'm like, hey, this isn't really our fault, and really just trying to not be accusatory, but also be like, hey, maybe, we're at fault as well. Maybe this isn't the time for us, and just really having that conversation. And back then I wasn't as emotionally intelligent. So having those conversations was a lot harder to do than if I just sat and write out how I felt and what I thought and then present it that way. Because when it's just pen to pad, I can't lie to myself. And I know that it's easier for me to express how I feel that way instead of just talking and giving lip service off the top of my head. So just how it came about was a mixture of, hey, how can I plead my case? Hey, I'm actually pleading my case in my classes. Let me go ahead and try to figure out how I can plead my case on a romantic and an emotional aspect and be like, hey, this might not be the time for us to do this right now. It's October now, it's around that cuffing season time. And it's like, maybe this isn't the time for us to get
Cuffing season.
Yeah, so that's more so how that came about, mixing in just what I do on the legal side as well as how I was feeling on the lover side.
Well, I got to bring in Sunflower on this because, Judge Sunflower, what's your verdict on this one?
I love it. I love when you know how you communicate well, it's easy for you to say what's on your mind. So if you're putting pen to paper and also pulling in what you've learned in class, that's very creative. And that's definitely going to get somebody's attention, for you to, instead of, coming in with guns a-blazing and, not really being transparent to what they're saying.
So this is attractive to women, a man like this?
Emotional intelligence is very attractive.
Because I need to know.
I'll definitely say that.
Us emotional brothers need to know. Because, we have to act hard and all that. What's up?
No, get out your feelings and then come and tell me what's on your mind.
That's what your poem was about, him not being able to do that.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. We have come to a matter. Oh, my God, that's right.
Yeah.
And he's doing it. Oh, my goodness. Well, who else is doing it? Malcolm Jamal Warner did it. And so we are going to take a look at some of his poetry, one of his pieces right now. What's that? Okay, Latasha's here. Latasha, we're going to come get you after Malcolm, okay? She's on now. We got a piece of him doing a spoken word.
Flip forward 400 pages to view how the cages have become more sophisticated, how red lines decorate maps like graffiti to dictate dimensions. Flip forward forward 400 pages to view how the cages have become more sophisticated, how red lines decorate maps like graffiti to dictate dominions that dampen desires. But those ancestral fires defy suffocation, stepped on, but not stamped out. Our spirits continue to dance through subjugation at every junction on our traumatic journey. We transform pain into celebratory mode, communicate code in a language colonizers can't understand, they can't decipher, but they attempt to copy because they know it's clever and cool. And still, we rise. Like embers in a wildly whistling wind. Like the love-struck sun chasing the coy moon. Like blunt smoke and our parents' blood pressure. We wear this oppressive air with such an impressive flair, only the few astute, truly fascinated by the truth, dare view our struggle to survive as art in motion. For we are abstract, admired for how we create culture from scratch with scraps. And like indigenous land, we watch it get co-opted, ransacked, and raped. And then draped in lies of meritocracy to justify the equity gap. And we dance and we rap. You see, the art of being black is often an acrobatic act in defending black humanity in a world that worships a pale, long-haired Anglo-Saxon savior, even though the Bible clearly describes him as a bronze-skinned, woolly-haired Hebrew. And revisionist history continues right before our very eyes each time the importance of black lives is denied.
All right, all right, all right. Come on in the room. Come on into the room. We are here at the Being Theo, the Black BAF Solutions Network, and we have this is our soulmate segment, and we have Latasha's on the Zoom as well, and Julian Gordon is here, who also happens to be the numeric soulmate to Malcolm Jamal Warner. So Latasha is our life coach, and she's also a poet. She debuted last week here on Being Theo. And Tasha, I'm so glad you could make it. How you doing?
Hey, all is well. All is well. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like I said, I'm putting you to work right now because
Okay.
you heard the poem. You heard the poem, right? That
Yes.
Malcolm gave, right?
Yes. Awesome.
And so Julian's gonna. What's your take on that? Being a woman of color and a life coach, and at the same time, so many things. Tell people about yourself. Give a little introduction of who you are and how I came to make sure that come to have you do this.
Okay. So I'm Atasia Smiley. I'm known as Goddess Sun Kiss Soul. I came into writing. Well, I've been writing all my life. However, I really focused on it more at the traumatic transition of my fiance. It was more of an outlet for me. The outlet led to more opportunities to speak on platforms like this, and me to get more into my creative side, my mojo, and come up with my name as well. Sun Kiss Soul. I had a son also during that transition. I didn't know I was pregnant, so I was just like, hey, what's a good catchy name? And not with you, but with the O, Sun Kiss. I'm kissed by my son all throughout my soul. So it's been a beautiful journey, really eye-opening, awakening. And right now I'm on my cloud nine of peace. So I don't want anyone to, really take me out of that. And, just focusing on the poem what Malcolm just spoke on or previously spoke on, that was interesting aspect how he used, things that we need to unlearn. We have been in the society pressured or things projected onto us of what, images are or
Okay.
should be for the for our community. And we know well, we know it's the real, and
Okay.
he presented it beautifully in this last poem, and I love it. How he described what a god is. It's not that Anglo-Saxon person, individual, that being. It's that black man. Copper, bronze colored. So that was a very beautiful poem.
Well, like I said, you are definitely on target, on point with what you just said, and I knew you could do this because I know by listening to your work last week, as far as a spoken word artist, it was very, very profound and very, very in depth. And I definitely want to bring you in on this segment because we want to see decode the messages that's in his work that most poets have. So I don't get a chance to talk to him like I could talk to you guys, you and Sunflower and Quaylen. So I need some spiritualists on the team to be able to encode the messages in Malcolm's work. And one of the encoders here is also the vice president of the BAF Chemical Club Solutions Network here, and the producer here for this concept. Actually, it's his brainchild that got me involved and with creating programming and for the piece. So I'm very excited and proud of this young man who just so happens to, in my studies, in my be the soulmate to Malcolm Jamal Warner, as far as numerically in numerology. So Julian Gordon is here, and between you and him, I think we can break down the encoded messages in Malcolm's work and all the work that you're hearing. So let's bring Julian in to add on to what you have said, Natasha. And if time permits, we'll be able to hear one of your poems as well.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So the big thing, I'm gonna try to go as fast as possible so we can get Mr. Tasia in this thing. But well, one of the big things with your piece, Sunflower, is I was thinking about the divine masculine and feminine. You brought that up, and we just talked about that yesterday during Master Motivators Monday with Shekinah Soul. And then look at these names. We had Shekinah Soul yesterday with Sahai Life. We had Sunkissed Soul and have Sunkissed Soul. And then we got Sunflower. So look at God, so I just definitely wanted to bring that up. We got the mix of all the divine feminines here, and then the divine masculine, like Brother Quaylen. The big thing I saw with him, one of the things that stood out to me was that good guys finish last. I thought that was one of the most pivotal things that I heard and most resonant with me, because we do attempt doing the right thing, and like he said, like, oh, he's a lover boy, but like, oh, I'm going through more stuff in life, and how can I connect all these things? And I'm definitely resonating with that as well, brother, because we're working on all these different organizations, we're working on ourselves, we're working on our relationships with other people, and it's difficult, and it's difficult to be the good guy all the time, because sometimes you want to tell the truth, and sometimes they say the truth hurts, but it's like, man, I need to be authentic. Like I know he was being real authentic. So I thought that was something big. And I love how you put in the storytelling aspect of defending my brothers, like bringing in the court case. I thought that was real cool. And the way that you present is very similar to Malcolm Jamal Warner, because like y'all always have a great intro, the ending, like, even with Malcolm Jamal Warner, it was like flip through the pages, and you saw I had to go back because I wasn't sure if he had started right at that very point, but he just starts with so much fire. I was like, hold up, dude, was that the beginning? But with this one, he started with a lot of fire, and we've seen the different tones and the different speeds, like the pausing, the different types of entrances and exits. Like he's so dynamic, and Brother Quaylen is a great example of mixing in the speed and pausing, the excitement, and even the adjectives that you use and the descriptive words are so impactful. So those are some of the big things that I noticed with today's poetry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we are doing what we're doing here, and Natasha, you got something quick you can take us out of here with? You
Yeah,
want your
I
beat,
do.
you know?
Yeah, I got something quick. I got something quick for you.
Okay, well, hit me with it, hit me, like
All
James
right,
Brown would
hit ya. Yeah, with the one time, for the one time. All right, this one is called Breathe Again. I wish that I could be here for you in the realm that you lay. But you see, I had to go somewhere that I am comfortable and welcome to stay. The spirits that are attached to you are in disagreement with themselves. They push you, then push me away. You must unlearn to relearn. Your truths and lights are within. The battle has already been won. Meditate, manifest, and stay focused in the sun. Block the words of the weak. You have always been beautiful and strong. Your ambiance is unique. Heart of a blue whale. No one can compete. You are your only competition, so stop petitioning for the ignorance of the false half listening. Set the stage for abundance, your greatness, for there is more in store. Ashe.
Ashe, ashe, ashe. Snap, snap, snap. Well, like I said, for those BAF members, please, please, this is a safe space. This is a healing space. If you have poetry that you would like to share here on the BAF Solutions Network on Being Theo, please, 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 tune in each week. And we have programs every day, but especially if you want to express yourself and heal with us, this is a safe space. And I thank each and every one of you, Quaylen, Bobbitt, Sunflower, Natasha, and Julian. You guys are making this work so tremendously that I am overwhelmed by the messages and the feelings that I'm getting from this. And of course, I know Malcolm, Jamal, wherever you are in the spirit world, you are looking down on us, or looking sideways at us, or looking everywhere around, because our spirit encompasses the world. It's not no up or down or anywhere. We are everywhere. And that's one thing I want to make sure that everyone's clear on. When you're in the spirit realm, you are spiritually anywhere you want to be. And of course, the book today is fatherhood, and our theme was on fatherhood, because now we're moving into a whole healing process. After the loss of this great young man, we are now going into our healing process about doing that. So we're going to laugh a little bit with one of the most iconic scenes from the Cosby Show that I was happy to be lucky enough to be in the studio while they were doing this, and it went down in history, and it's called Night and Day, and it was celebrating the grandparents' anniversary. And Malcolm is featured in this, and little Keisha and the whole cast. We're gonna take you out with that, and thank you so much. See you next time on Being Theo, Takeover Tuesdays, and that's it.